Hello, this is your Kelso Report for January 5th, and I'm your host, Clark Kelso. The courts are still a little slow in the new year, so we have only two one-liners. The first, arbitration. Now, an arbitration clause that is both procedurally and substantively unconscionable is going to be struck down as unenforceable by the courts. And that is what happened in Wisdom versus Accent Care, where the 3rd District held that an arbitration clause contained in an application for employment that apparently was non-negotiable, did not identify the rules for the arbitration, and did not make it clear that the applicant was waiving the right to a jury trial, was in fact procedurally unconscionable. In addition to those problems, as the 3rd District noted, few employees are in a position to refuse a job because of an arbitration clause. So there clearly was unequal bargaining power. In addition to these procedural problems, the clause required only the prospective employee to submit to arbitration. And the lack of mutuality of the arbitration requirement, its one-sidedness, made the clause substantively unconscionable as well. Bottom line result, the whole clause was unenforceable. Next, we turn to a case involving the juvenile court and reunification services. In a juvenile court context, where a family has been offered reunification services to attempt to provide a better home for the child, before a court may terminate those services with respect to a child under 3 years of age, and if you terminate those services, it usually leads to a permanent placement somewhere else, the court must make a finding that the family was provided reasonable services responsive to the family's unique needs. In Jennifer R. v. Superior Court, the 4th District found that the record did not support the juvenile court's finding of reasonable services when the county failed to provide drug abuse treatment to a mother who was known to the county's caseworkers as having a continuing drug abuse problem. Now, in fairness to the county, the family had first entered the court's jurisdiction because of domestic violence issues. But the appellate court held that since the county had actual knowledge of the drug abuse issues as well, they were very serious, reasonable unification services required offering appropriate drug treatment. And the appellate court has remanded it back to the trial court so that the county can have another opportunity to provide reasonable services, and then at the next hearing we'll decide whether reunification has been successful, or if not, whether an alternative placement is required. Well, and that's it for today's Kelso Report. Have a great day in the law.